will you do if praying could cost you your life? Will you continue, or would you rather, said I'm done with God, let my life be for me? Okay, I know it's easier said than done. I'll keep praying, I'll keep trusting God and all that, but that's not what we are here for. Okay, welcome back to another video on our Audacious Faith series. Okay, today we are looking at the life of Daniel. The Audacious Faith series I want to talk about as regard to Daniel is him being thrown into the lion's den, right? And you guys know that during the reign of King Nebuchadnezzar, Daniel was always there interpreting dream for him, living a righteous life, serving justly among the people that King Nebuchadnezzar selected into his cabinet, right? The son Belshazzar, the one that went to drink with a cup that was taken from the temple of God, and a finger appear on the wall to write mene mene tekel upharsin, right? Like number weight division. Your kingdom has been bad, your kingdom has been weighed, and your kingdom has been divided. You guys know the story, right? Who does not know the story of finger writing on the wall? Just let me know in the comment section. Okay, so after that happened, King Darius of Medes and Persia now fought against the people of Babylon and take over the reign from Belshazzar. He was now the person in charge, right? So he selected people that he will work with as governor, the people that will work with him in the cabinet, right? So Daniel happens to be among them. Because Daniel was, outstanding in his job, he delivered his duty diligently. His colleague conspired to report him to the king. When they conspired, they said that, oh, what are we going to use to fault this man? Because this man has no fault. Then I said, okay, the only way they can use and catch this man is through his religion, right? So they carried their matter, conspired, went to the king and said, King, we want you to pass a law that nobody should pray to God, nobody should pray to any man for 30 days, except the person pray to king, or maybe ask for the thing that he want to ask for his God to king. Like, is the audacity. How can you now carry your faith, carry your problem, anything that you want, go and ask the king instead of asking your God, your God that made the king, right? So the king did not know what they had in mind, right? So he just passed the law that that's a good law. I mean, nobody should ask for anything apart from me, right? So the king now passed the law. Daniel, now in question, heard about the incident that happened, and he knows the consequences. I mean, to him, it was like, if I perish, I perish, right? He went back to his house, opened his window, and still pray, face Jerusalem, and say his prayer to God, right? So those men now that will now sit down in their house and be doing fatherly and husband duty, they went to go and peep. They went to go and spy on Daniel. Now they found what they were looking for, actually, right? So they went to report the matter to the king. And all. When I read that story, the thing that baffles me is that how will a kingdom have a hole? Like they dug a hole and lions are there. What is the lion doing? So when I asked that question, I'm like, okay, maybe that was their zoo or something. I don't even know. Like, let me not think too much about it, right? So the king now said the consequences is to throw the person into the lion den and all that. But the king had, maybe he must have read the stories of his predecessor and heard that, oh, this man, Daniel, the spirit of the living God is in him. Like, he interpret dreams, he even read mind. In the story of Nebuchadnezzar, when he said he will not tell anybody his dream, people should read his mind and tell him. So he did that and all that. So the king was disturbed. Even after he passed that thing, I'm like, I don't know who made that law. I mean, he is the king, right? He could have as well said, no, this law, I did not like. I mean, somebody that has the power to enthrone another kingdom also have the power to, scatter the law or the decree that they made. But at the same time, I remember Magna Carta, I think the rule in this country that even the king is not superior to the law, right? So as he made the law, he need to obey and follow suit, right? But when he passed that sentence to Daniel, he could not sleep. The king was like, music could not pacify him, food could not pacify him. He was just pacing like, oh God. I think the king was praying for Daniel. Like, you people pass a law that nobody should pray. Now you're the one now praying for Daniel. So early in the morning, he now went over to the lions den and asked, Daniel, has your God been able to deliver you? I mean, what was he expecting to hear? Like, God did not show up, imagine. And Daniel now answered, oh, king, long live your majesty. Yeah, God has been able to, deliver me. God sent his angel to shut the mouth of the lion. It was just hearing his testimony here. So as you're watching me like this, your testimony, oh God, loud. The way Daniel's testimony was loud, okay? Now, one thing I don't like, or one thing that caught my attention in this story is that those men that conspired against Daniel now, their wife was not there when they are conspiring. their children was not there when they were inspiring. Like, I mean, I want to excuse them, right, in my mind, because the Bible did not state that the wife and the children were there when the husband conspired that thing. But do you know that the consequences that the King Darius now gave these men is that both them, their wife and their children, to be thrown into the lion's den, and the lion, and the lion will just gobble them up. When I read that story, I'm like, God, may we not marry somebody that is very stupid. God, may we not marry somebody that will conspire to bring down another man. Like, I started praying in my mind, though, because it got no wrong in your house. Something that you do not know will come and meet you because your husband made a decision. Anytime you come across that story, please, and you are married, just say a prayer. Quiet or loud or anyhow you want to do it, just say a prayer in your mind that wherever decision that matters are being taken, that will not influence or kill or like make it in watching, let your husband not be there, because the consequences is always disastrous. I'm like, something will not concern me will be wife innocent and my children, because my husband conspired against somebody, like they will not come and carry me and my children and feed to the life. Hey, Jesus, have mercy. So that is it for today's video. I just want to remind you that audacious faith is not convenient, right? Do not fidget when you heard that they will throw him into the lions den, okay? Because his faith in God was too audacious. Like, if God could interpret dream, if God could do this, if God, like series of things that must have happened, okay? If God could deliver his friend from the blazing fire, okay? Is it now lion den that God will not show up, okay? So this is me now asking you, what is your lion's den? What is that thing that you are thinking that God will not deliver you from? Read the story of Daniel, or let this video motivate you to know that God, if he has said it, he will do it, okay? Even the one that you're imagining in your mind, the Bible said that he can do exceedingly, abundantly, above all that you can ever think or imagine. He can do it much than you expect, okay? So till I come your way next time, don't forget to like, don't forget to share, don't forget to, follow, depending on the platform you are seeing this video, okay? I remain your humble host, MC Varo. See you guys in my next video. Bye bye.